Hi everyone, I hope you're well. I thought I'd do a little chatty planning video, talking about what we've been up to, little book haul. Reese is playing with his sensory paper, so you can hear him in the background. He's having a whale of a time over there, aren't you, chicken leg? He loves it, absolutely loves it. He's getting so big now, it's crazy. Oh, time is going so fast. We had half term this week, which was so nice. It was really nice to have a break. Because we're in the really difficult part of maths now in terms of Saxon. All the hard stuff is right at the end, but we're ploughing through, we're getting through. And we went to the city on Wednesday to get my dog's annual prescription for their flea and tick and worm medicine. So I don't know about in other places, but here they have to physically go to the vet and be checked before they're allowed to prescribe. Because of the fact I've got 5 dogs, I always get my medication online with a prescription from the vet because it works out way cheaper. The vet, it's double the price. I don't think they should be able to do that. I think it's outrageous. But that's what it is. Thankfully, I figured it out after spending years paying vet's bills with excessive medicine charges. But anyway, the thing is though, they've introduced a new system which they say is to combat fraud, and that's that you can't actually be giving your own prescription. Now they have to email the prescription directly to the pharmacy where you're purchasing the medicine from. Initially that was okay with Jace because they would quite quickly send the prescription, but now it's been since Wednesday and they still haven't sent the prescription to the pharmacy, which is so annoying because my dogs desperately need their medicine. It's expired now in terms of it's run out. So they've got no coverage right now and it's so annoying, especially where we are with all the ticks and everything. Yes, Ariel did get a tick on the head. That Ariel's my dog, not human. And I'm just like, I swear they're doing it on purpose because of the fact that they don't like it that we're not purchasing the medicine from them directly. But it's like, well, charge the same amount and I will. Anyway, that's my little rant. But he did really well. It took us, the city's like 3.5 hours away. So on the way there, we did stop a couple of times to feed. And at one point he didn't want to go back in his seat, but we got there in the end. He fell asleep in there for a little bit, not too long though. But he did, do really well on the way there. We did get stuck in traffic, which was one of the parts where he was like, let me out, we're not even moving, get me out of this thing. But then on the way home, he slept the whole entire way, which was really cool. Because it was night time. It was like, oh my god, it was like late. It was like 10 o'clock by the time we got home. But that's just what it's like when we go to the city because it takes so long to get there and back. And the traffic in the city is crazy. We've got loads of roadworks and everything. And even the roadworks on the way to the city. It's like summer. Well, not quite, but and they do all the roadworks at this time of the year, which is crazy. Anyway, but yeah, he did so well, which we're super proud of him because it's such a long way in his seat for a little baby. He's smiling away with his crinkly teeth. Anyway, let me just do this book haul and then we'll get into planning. So I got these used online. The pre-books, and it's the Century book collection. I assume they got them from Costco originally, the person who sold them back, because it looks like a Costco label. I miss Costco so much. We don't have Costco here. The closest Costco is 5.5 hours away. Not in reality, because it always takes longer than that to get there with the traffic and everything. So I'm really excited for when we move that we can hopefully get back to a Costco. So the first one I've got is See, Touch, Feel. This one is the first Century book to share with your baby, and it's so cute. Really interactive and fun. Then I got See, Touch, Feel ABC when we're getting closer to that time. Really textured and vibrant. And then I got See, Touch, Feel, Look at Me. So it's got a mirror on the front. And it's got lots of interactive faces. And is there a mirror at the back as well? I think it might be. No, there's no mirror at the back. It's one of those close your eyes and go to sleep books. Then we got See, Touch, Feel, Colours. Again, from what we're getting there. So super cute. In great condition. See, Touch, Feel, Tummy Time. This one actually does have some fold outs to it as well. Really fun. And then last we got See Touch Feel 1, 2, 3. And again, this one is textured. He loves the textures. So he's been reaching for his toys for quite a while now, and holding them. And I taught him how to use one of his rattles while he was in his little seat in the bathroom. If you know, you know, why there's a seat in the bathroom. And he's been touching the textures. It was so cool to see them developing. It's just amazing. Okay, so planning. My planner. I've been using my planner all year. I did a tab-it though. So you can get these on Amazon. I've got a few different covers. I chose the butterfly one this year, and it also has the pattern at the top. So at the back is a plan page, and let's just go through it. So if you watch my prep, it wasn't prepping for high school, I think it was something to do with high school. I can't remember what I titled it, but it was something about what we were going to do for the next year, or for the high school years. I've explained before, well in that video at least, bless you, that although we are in year 8 UK, it's actually classed as grade 7 US. I've never distinguished that at all in any of my videos. I've always just said grade 8, but it's actually not. It's technically speaking, this year we're in grade 7 this current year in the US, but year 8 here is because they start school earlier here. That's the difference, but because of where her birthday is, she's actually placed in your previous year, so grade 7. So because of that, I initially was just going to start high school in year 9 UK, which is actually grade 8 America, but the two umbrella schools that I'm most interested in, they had a cut-off date where you have to be 14 by a certain point, and she won't be. So that means that we're not going to start until the following year. So we're not actually going to start high school until year 10 UK, which will be grade 9 US. So we've got, technically speaking, another year of just regular curriculum. So what I've gone through is I've gone through language arts, maths, science, history, geography, unit studies and considering art, IT, and then some morning basket stuff. So we'll just go through it. So for language arts, I've looked at Path and Story, I've looked at Lightning Literature, I've looked at The Good and the Beautiful. So we're just going to land somewhere around there, I think. For science, I'm looking at doing a general science, and because of the one I'm looking at, there's quite a lot of writing involved in it, note taking and other kinds of things like that. So to me, that can form a part of our language arts. So I might, I haven't decided whether I want to do a writing curriculum because of that. If I do a writing curriculum as well, it'll be a creative writing curriculum, and I might skip some parts of language arts because of all the writing we're doing in our science. So coordinate it into the science, because you don't have to have a separate subject for a separate curriculum for every subject. And the fact that there is so much writing in there, and skills, language arts skills, I haven't decided yet, but that's kind of where my thought process is going. So if we did do a writing curriculum, I was looking at Write Shop. We've never done any Write Shop products before, and I'd like to give them a try before we reach high school. Okay, for maths, we've done Saxon. We've done Saxon pretty much from the beginning, aside from we did 6 months of The Good and the Beautiful. The problem I'm having with Saxon is it's really hard to source now. It never used to be like this. I could just get it from Amazon. If I couldn't get it from Amazon, I could get it from Book Depository. As we all know, Book Depository closed. Then I found not Charlotte Mason, oh gosh, what is that other curriculum that's well known? Oh, I can't think now. Classical Conversations. A classical conversation store that sold Saxon, so I've been buying it from them. However, they have stopped, they're out of business now. So I'm like, where can I get it from? So I've been looking everywhere, and it's for used prices. It's absolutely scandalous what they're asking for it. So I'm like, I don't know. What? I refuse to pay £250 for a used curriculum, and it's not even, it doesn't even look that great. So I don't know what we're going to do in terms of whether we're going to stick with Saxon for this year. We might just take a break. I don't know whether I want to go on to geometry yet. I still think there are a few areas that I would want us to review. And the reason that I think that is, the major reason is because of 8-7. And I have never actually done a review of 8-7, Saxon 8-7. But I did not like Saxon 8-7 as much as I've liked all the previous levels. I felt like some really important topics were rushed. Now, Saxon is incremental, I know you said it, incremental, and basically what that means is that you have a new lesson every day, but then review as well that covers everything that you've learned. But the problem with that is is that if the lesson that they taught this particular skill on was short or wasn't as in depth as it should be, that can create a problem. And a few of the lessons I felt were like that, particularly really important topics, and even I was like that was really not explained well, and I had to source out, so I had to like find other things to help with the videos and stuff. So yeah, so I think that's possibly the reason why, because of 8-7. So what I might do is this year is just find some things that I want to just brush up on before we continue. Not that there's anything bad or anything, but I just feel like because we're not in high school yet, it gives me the opportunity to have a bit of flexibility in what curriculum I pick. And do I really need to have 2 high school credits for maths before we even get to high school? No. So this is a good time for me, I think, to brush up this year. So that's what I'm thinking if I still can't find Saxon. But even if I can, I might do that anyway. Are you okay, chicken? Are you okay? I think he's having enough though. So that's what I'm thinking on for maths. So for history, I have got a prehistory course which I'm so excited about. We haven't actually ever done in detail prehistory. We did kind of a bit in Journey Through Time, but not excessively, so I'm super excited to do that. And it's literature based. For geography, I've been looking at Simply Charlotte Mason's new one. I haven't decided yet though, but she's updated her geography, or the companies had updated their geography. For art, I have several art books. I've been shopping my shelves, which I always recommend you do. And I've got several art books that we've not really looked at in detail, so I might incorporate some of those for art. But also, I do have the How to Draw in 30 Days book, so we might do some of that. And then, as I said, give her some flexibility with art because it's her favourite subject. So, you know, go through what she wants to learn more about and things. So I think that's what we're going to be doing for art. For IT, more typing still, because I want to still get her faster typing, and possibly something, I don't know yet, a curriculum, I don't know, I'm not thinking of that. We might just be incorporating it into other subjects, but it's always, you know, on the horizon. I know Timberdoodle will have a few things. I've seen some people post videos on products that they do, so they are very expensive though, but we'll have a look. I don't know whether before high school I want to really invest that much in IT in terms of a £195 course, but we'll see. Then unit studies. I want to, well, unit studies or electives, I guess. I want us to do some more cooking and baking. We've been doing legends, which is kind of like fairy folk and mythical Scottish tales this year, but I want to do a bit more of actual Scottish history because of where we live. It's very interesting in terms of everything that happened. So I want to do a bit more in detail with that. And then I was thinking of doing something to do with mythology, because we haven't really done a ton of that, and I think she'll enjoy it, or fairy tales. So and that's another part of where I can get some more language art skills in. So that's something that I'm considering. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm thinking of. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. It's getting tired now, so I'm gonna have to go for a nap. So I will speak to you in our next video. Take care. Bye for now.